Hello, folks, and welcome back. It's episode 13 now, I think, and I am Dan, and welcome to today's derby match versus Yokohama F Marinos, and we are at their place at the Kanagawa Stadium. So let's get straight into some nitty gritty. The tactics I'm going to go for today is a balanced 4-3-3, slightly more defensive setup, but with wing play. And the reason why we are going to do that is because um, the scouting report, and I hope the scouting report is accurate, um, is that they play this uh, 4-4-2 diamond. So what we want to do is we want to exploit the wings as much as possible um, in this game, whilst not kind of overcommitting in terms of our mentality. So we will see how that goes. And I think, yeah, I'm just second guessing whether I'm going to play Danilo, and I think I will. He seems to be in better form than Kasai at the moment. Um, do I reward? Do I reward Sato with a spawn substitutes bench because he has been fairly decent? Um, do you know what? I think, yeah, I think I won't. I think this is what I'm going to stick with. Actually, do you know what? Yeah, yeah, I'm going to stick with this. Okay, so the team that we're going to go with is Wojciech in goal. He is still very much coming back from his. Just need to remind myself of his injury history. So he's come back from a broken wrist that he sustained in the match against Kobe, apparently from catching the ball. So he was out for 6 weeks. We do have Kawanishi on the bench, but he is injured. I think he has done something to, his ankle ligaments, so he's still a ways away, but I'd rather have him there as insurance than not. So fingers crossed nothing will happen to Wojciech. So Wojciech in goal, RAE on the left, Servant as a wing back on the right, Tanaka and Noguchi. They don't have the best partnership, but unfortunately, I can't play Yoshihike. He is out with a pulled thigh for anywhere between a week and 2 weeks. And Vin Ayrton is not in the greatest of form, so we are going to trust this centre-back partnership. Onyeka at the base of the midfield as a ball-winning midfielder. McLaughlin playing as a box-to-box midfielder. Fukushima a little bit further advanced as an attacking playmaker. Yamaguchi, who's been in he's not been in excellent form, but he had a really good game last game, at 9.6, so he'll be out on the right. Amon Lertzak, our Thai left winger on the left. He has been kind of, I was hoping we'd see a little bit more from him. He's done okay, actually. 3 appearances in J1 and 1 goal, 1 assist since he's come back from injury. And we're going to play Danilo up top and see if my kind of tactical overthinking actually does anything. I'm not going to play cautious. I'm not going to do any of those things. I think I'm just going to kind of commit to a fairly balanced mentality. Yeah, I'm going to forget that. Yeah, Yamaguchi's going to play. I reject all of this. So this is the team. We're going to submit. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do today. Yeah, I think this will just be a single match episode. Just keep it short and sharp because of the double header I've got planned is ways away. So yeah, we'll just keep this episode nice and brief, hopefully. But hopefully we can pick up a win because what I didn't talk about was the league table, but that will come up in due course. So both teams in pretty gosh darn good form. So I think we're third. Yeah, we are third. We played a game more than the other two, level on points with Schmitz and 1 point behind Kobe, who did slip up in their last game. They got a 0-0 draw, so it's looking fairly competitive in the league, he says. Yokohama F Marinos are a good ways behind us. I think they're about 11 points behind us with a game in hand. But, you know, they, as we've often seen, they quite often get the better of me in the save. So let's see what happens. So they seem to be snapping into their tackles. RAE's picked up the ball there. And among that sack has won it. Fukushima has a free header, which is pretty harmless. Yeah, disappointing, but we have had some joy out on that left-hand side. So maybe the tactical suggestion was a good one. So the scout report is right, they are playing this narrow diamond formation, so hopefully we're just not going to get overwhelmed in midfield, and that's why we have I can't remember how to pronounce his name now, Onyeka at the base of the midfield just to kind of snap in and win the ball. Danilo expect, oh, have we got a penalty there? That's going to go typically to VAR. The match engine isn't the most convincing, is it? Maybe it's just from this angle, but that didn't look particularly serious. And Danilo converts the penalty, so excellent start. Okay, we're back. So we have another quick highlight there, and that's a relatively harmless header that's crept over the crossbar. So yeah, good start. Not bad at all. I mean, I can't say that the tactics have been overwhelmingly successful so far when we're only 1-0 up by virtue of a penalty, but maybe there is some slight vindication there. Maybe I was right. Who knows? We shall see. Famous last words. Well, what it certainly is pretty. It looks pretty tight in terms of opportunities, but we really are losing the battle for possession. Just less good. But we are playing this wing play system, so we have to kind of acknowledge that we're not gonna be winning the battle for possession, are we really? Okay. We're going to have time. We've got some tired lads, some tired legs that will inevitably need replacing. I think, yeah, we're doing well. We can definitely find another gear to take charge of this match. I'm going to try and rouse everyone. Keep going. Just keep going. Just keep doing more. A little bit more would be great. They have also got some tired players. Right wing back is looking fairly leggy. So, and among that sack is he's played well, but he might need substituting at some point. Okay, we're at the 60-minute mark, so I'm going to have to be very careful with what I do here. Okay, we've got a highlight. Let's see this one out. Okay. So they're tapping it around the right to create something, switching the ball fairly quickly. Let's not get overrun here. Well done, Yamaguchi. Good lad, well done. Okay, we're looking a bit swarmed in the centre. Fukushima progresses it to Yamaguchi, but the ball is turned. There's 3 of you, and they should be able to deal with that. Goes to Gonzalez, he's offside. It's got to be offside. It was a really, really nice through ball, really nice idea that cut through. All of our defenders, pardon me, but it has been disallowed. It did look offside. Okay. Right, another. So it looks like we've got a bit of a counter-attack. I'm on that sack on the left, progressing the ball down the left-hand side, taking it right to the byline. That's a really good save. Really good save. Okay. So Yamaguchi is looking tired. I don't have any of my foreign wingers on because for as long as we play Onyeka and McLaughlin in midfield, and we have Serwin on the right, pardon me, and Danilo up front, that really leaves only the goalkeeper, Wojciech, as our fifth foreign player, which means that there's no room on the bench for Al Shamari or Alpha Ruprecht. So it's looking a little bit slim pickings here. You're not much of a winger, are you? And I could play for Natsu. His stats are fine for a winger. His rating is garbage. 6.7. I mean, it's not terrible, is it? But he is a bit out of depth in this league, I have to say. So I don't know. He is on a booking. I'm on that sack. Let's see what's your right foot's like. Reasonable, but I think he's tiring. Yeah, we might. I think we might keep him on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on Ozeki, and we'll play him as an inverted forward. That's fine. Is there anyone else that we want to take off? Fukushima is not playing especially well, so I'm wondering. Okay, right. This might be a little bit overly conservative, but I think I'm going to put McLaughlin on centre midfielder attack. I'm going to step on Yeka up, put Mazzino in at the base of the midfield. Is that something that I want to do? Or do I want Mazzino winning the ball up a little bit higher? No, I think that'll be fine. Okay. His anticipation is 12, which is useful. So 13 is fairly negligible. Okay. Just think that Onyeka's a bit more athletic. So therefore, you can win the ball up a little bit higher. So that's the rationale for that. So I think that'll be fine. We can keep it on balanced. So is not playing especially well. Okay, we've got more tired people. McLaughlin is now tired. So maybe that substitution wasn't the cleverest. We've got two tired central midfielders. That probably wasn't the right thing to do. Oh, but as he says, McLaughlin just has a shot from just outside the box, which goes narrowly over. Okay, let's start to send in the reinforcements. Not everyone can come off. He is tired. Yeah, we'll put on Yoshida as a centre midfield attacking because he just has lots of lovely stats like flair. Is that a thing? It's not a thing as a central midfield on attack. His vision's excellent as well. Yeah, okay. Right, what we're going to do, we'll play you as you're supposed to be played. A attacking playmaker. Can dribble. We'll give Danilo a break. And we'll make one more. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to make this a little bit more conservative. Van Eerden coming in at centre back will shift Noguchi out to the right for Peter Seven, who is looking tired, and just solidify that defence a little bit more. So we're in the last 10. Can we hold on? We shall see. If we can see this out with no more highlights, that will do me fine. Not particularly exciting for you, but for all intents and purposes, an away win against this team would be most welcome. Okay, last minute. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oof. Ball skin the top of the bar. That's it, full time. Excellent. Okay. Well done, lads. Yeah, that was really good. So I'm doing this a little bit in reverse. What does that do to the table? Okay, so Kobe won. Then he scored an 83rd minute penalty. Slightly irritating, but what can you do? Shimizu drew, which helps us slightly in the race for second. So, as I said, we will resume. I think we'll do a double header, Uwara and Kobe. But what I didn't talk about was, since Shimizu, we have been looking pretty solid. So beating both Osaka teams 2-1 and 2-0. We have a comfortable lead going into the second leg of the League Cup round of 16. And with this Yokohama result, we are looking really, really well. I'm really liking the amount of green there. And I think that, fingers crossed and touch wood, we've really hit our stride. The only other thing to mention is that we have successfully managed to convince the board, if I can find it, to we've asked them for more wage budget. They're probably going to say no again, but we have successfully convinced them to improve the youth recruitment, because it is average, and we are, yeah, we're getting below average under 18 squad, so maybe we can do a little bit better there, especially when our youth facilities are, okay, yeah, they're average, but this is something that can be built over time. The only other thing worth mentioning, I think, is that I've applied, I'm a bit of a turncoat, I've applied for a number of jobs. So I've applied for a position at Sunderland, who have been relegated. So they were in the Premier League, but they've been relegated down to the Championship. I did apply for the job at Southampton, but they didn't shortlist me. I've applied for a job at Slovan Bratislava, and also at Banska Bystrica, who have been relegated to the Slovak second division. I applied for that one some time ago. I haven't been told anything yet, but that job is looking increasingly unappealing, because Slovan Bratislava have come up, and I think reputationally they are, if I can find them, yeah, they've got a reputation which is around about, I don't know to what extent this matters, but it's around about in line with mine, so I'm not the favourite for that one either. I've been interviewed at Reading, and I've been interviewed at Livingston, who somehow miraculously have qualified for Europe by virtue of, gone to the wrong thing, haven't I? By virtue of finishing third in the SPL, so there are some options. I'm really in two minds as to whether or not I want to stay and see through YSCC Yokohama, playing in the Asian Champions League later on this season, winning a title potentially, and looking just to take this club and see it through, and consolidate them as an elite Japanese team, having taken them from the very bottom of, or near the bottom of, J3 when I found them. So I will keep you posted on that. Maybe there won't be a double header against Uwara Reds and Kobe, because I will be somewhere else, but we shall wait and see. But anyway, thank you as always for watching, and any likes, any comments about how you're finding the save, and any subscriptions would be absolutely amazing. All right, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.